Now let's hear from the other side. Republican vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan is with us from Arlington, Virginia.
Congressman Ryan, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Anthony and Nora. How are you doing this morning?
Doing very well. Let me ask you about the debate last night. There was a sharp exchange over Libya and what happened in Benghazi. The president said last night he takes offense to anyone who would suggest that they were playing politics after the loss of 4 American lives. Do you accuse the president of them of playing politics with this issue?
Well, look, what's so troubling about this, Nora, is that they, 5 days after the attack, sent the UN ambassador out to suggest that this is a result of a spontaneous mob in a YouTube video. It took the president 2 weeks before acknowledging that this was an act of terror. He went to the UN and mentioned the YouTube video 6 times 2 weeks after the attack. That's what's so troubling about this. As the facts come out about the Benghazi attack, we learn more troubling facts by the day. And so that's why we need to get to the bottom of this, to get answers so that we can prevent something like this from ever happening again. That's what's so troubling about this whole entire episode.
Congressman, there was this sharp exchange in the debate last night where President Obama pointed out that he did say in the Rose Garden on September 12th, the day after the attack, quote, "No acts of terror will ever shake the resolve of this great nation." The Wall Street Journal editorial page this morning, a conservative editorial page, said that this back and forth over Benghazi was Mitt Romney's weakest moment in the debate. What happened?
I actually totally disagree with that. It wasn't his weakest moment in the least. The moderator said that he was right in the main on this, that she wasn't correct in pointing out that he made reference to this being a specific terrorist attack. He gave a passing reference to acts of terror in general. If this was what you're suggesting, that he said this was the result of a terrorist attack, then why 5 days after the attack, 4 days later, send the UN ambassador out to the Sunday talk shows to suggest that it was not that it was the result of a spontaneous mob reacting to a YouTube video? Why take 2 weeks later to suggest that it was a terrorist attack? Why go on Univision and The View and not claim that it was a terrorist attack? And so, look, the facts just don't square with that line of argument. What's difficult and troubling about this is every time we learn more about these facts, the more troubling it is. And the reason Democrats and Republicans in Congress are asking for answers is so that we can prevent something like this from happening again. That's what's so troubling about it.
Congressman, the governor used a phrase last night that's getting a lot of attention. He said that when he was governor of Massachusetts, in recruiting female candidates for his cabinet, he got binders full of women from some women's groups. What did he mean exactly by the phrase binders full of women?
All he simply meant was that he went out of his way to try and recruit qualified women to serve in his administration when he was governor. That's really what he was saying. And by the way, he has an exceptional record of hiring women in very prominent positions in his administration, and that's the point he was making. And the other point is, this economy has been terrible for women. Poverty rates among women are at a 17-year high. We need jobs, we need economic growth, and among those who've been hit hardest in this economy are women. So what he was pointing out to was that he went out of his way to find qualified women to serve in senior positions in his administration, and he did just that, and he had one of the most exceptional records of governors in the country.
The original question, Congressman, was about ensuring equal pay for women. Does Governor Romney believe the president was right to sign the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act into law? You voted against that act, didn't you?
Right. Yes, and so you know that Lilly Ledbetter was not an equal pay law. Equal pay was already established in prior legislation. We, of course, agree with equal pay. What Lilly Ledbetter did was it opened up the statute of limitations for lawsuits that could occur decades after alleged abuses would have occurred, even after people have already not even worked at a place anymore. The point is, Lilly Ledbetter was not an equal pay law. It was about opening up the lawsuits and the statute of limitations. It wasn't an equal pay law, and of course we support equal pay.
Finally, this is my first chance to get to ask you about your own debate against Vice President Joe Biden. There was a lot made of sort of the stylistic differences there. The vice president laughing and smiling, interrupting you a lot through that debate. He told us that he wasn't laughing at you. He was laughing at your proposals. How did that debate go? What did you make of how the vice president treated you?
I thought it went very, very well. Look, I wasn't worried about how other people were conducting themselves. I was focused on offering the country a very clear choice, offering ideas about how to create jobs, the difference that stand between us,
and how to get people back to work.
We've had 3 debates now. Look, I wasn't focused on how Joe was conducting himself. I was focused on myself and giving the country a very clear choice. And that's what I think has been so beneficial about these debates, Nora. 3 debates. The vice president and the president have not offered a single new idea about how to turn this economy around and create jobs. They haven't offered a single new idea on how the next 4 years would be any different than the last 4 years. And what Mitt Romney and I are offering are real solutions to grow the economy, to create jobs, and get us going in a better direction. That's why I think these debates have gone so well for us.
Congressman Paul Ryan, good to see you, and good luck on the trail. Thank you.
You too, Nora. Thanks.